Hey, what's up guys? Bean here, coming at you in another video. You know the deal by now. We do tier lists on Sundays. So this week is no different. We have a tier list for you on the new Ooga Booga update. Again, absolutely love this unit. Looks so funny. Right, so here is the tier list that I've come up with so far. Leave it like that. Obviously, I had a suggestion to put these stats on the right side. The best I can do is, can I just do like this? But yeah, I'll read them out if not. So, what should we start with? I've also put in the gold units of all the sunflower units from the event as well, that you can probably see. And yeah, I thought I may as well do that because there's a lot more coming into the game now. And we'll see if that changes. So, we'll start off at best starters. We have a new slingshot unit, which is a pretty good. It's a pretty good starter, I'd say. It's hard to know whether or not I should put it below or above cabbage or below sap leaf, but the damage isn't really the crazy part. It's more the range. Like, that range is unbelievable. So if you don't really have like cabbage slap leaf and you kind of want a good starter, I'd definitely use this. The way to get it is that you get it from the quests. It's like the first one that you get. So super easy, not difficult at all, and definitely worthwhile. So that's there. We then will just move upwards. So then we have the prism leaf. This has to be more of a guess at the moment based on stats because no one really has the unit. So you can briefly see it. It's got 144 damage per second with 33 range. It costs 225. So it's pretty good. I've put it basically at the top of starters. I didn't want to put it above the beetroot without any testing, because I know, for example, on the beetroot, the damage of the electricity isn't calculated into the DPS. So it's actually a lot more than 96, and I do believe it's probably still better than the prism. But we'll have to wait and see, and wait until some people get it, because if I show you here, there's nobody that still has the unit yet. So then if we go to D, I mean, no changes. It's still the fisherman and the boomberries. The reason they're there is just they cost so much. Like, where's the fisherman? Let me have a look. Yeah, the fisherman costs 800. I'll just do this one. It costs 800. Its damage is awful and its range is okay. I get it, it's meant to be some sort of like a pulling unit, but I think the pull needs to be a lot better for it to be useful, and I don't know, I think it's way overpriced. I would have liked it if they made it into a starter and just made it somewhat decent, if I'm honest, but what can you do? Then we'll go up to the first golden unit, which I just think is horrible, is the golden boomberries. And I won't say it's horrible, but I don't know, like DPS wise, it's not like really worth using. It does 134 DPS every 24 for 24 range. Sorry, it's got an 8 AOE radius. So it might not be this awful, but I mean, like the grandma next to it literally has the same, or pretty much the same stats. So that should tell you how bad the unit probably is. In B tier, we have the golden fisherman, which I pretty much just said before. I've only put it a little bit higher than the other one because I'm kind of assuming that maybe the pull on it is a bit better, which makes it a bit more useful. And then it might have its uses somewhere, like maybe if you use it with, I don't know, a slowing unit and then a confusion plant, maybe you can get some use out of it. But I don't know, for me it needs either a buff or the cost needs going down, because it just doesn't make sense. They should turn it into a starter in my opinion. And it can't be a starter because it costs 800. It's just not allowed. Next to the golden fisherman, we have the Twilight Pod. I don't think the Twilight Pod is this bad, if I'm honest, but until we actually get one, I have to make an educated guess. So let me move this up slightly. So yeah, like until somebody gets one, I have to make an educated guess. It's got 210 DPS and it's got like a 6 to 10 radius, but it's got no range. So I don't have any idea how that damage is going to work or how it's going to look. So until we get one, I'll update it next week once we get one of these new quest units, but it's a bit too early at the moment. But I thought I'd at least put it in there somewhere, just, you know, in case. Put this back. After that, anything new? We have the apple port in the middle of B tier on the left next to the palm tree. This apple port is also a pretty good unit, actually. I could maybe even put it a little bit higher. But it does 200 DPS for 26 range. It's honestly not a bad unit. I think anything that's kind of like above B tier is kind of like usable in a decent way. Like the middle of B tier and above, it's usable. It's got its uses. And I think this unit definitely has its uses. It's obviously, if you don't have insane units, then it's probably ideal for you. But yeah, it's not horrible. It's decent. Then we go to, we have the golden eco sound, which we're, oh no, the golden gnome blitz, sorry. So let me see if I can show, yeah, there you go, I've got it in my inventory so I can show it here. So it does 479 DPS. It costs 1250. The reason why it's not very high is just because, I mean, one, the price is disgustingly high. If you look at the, do I have the drone? Yeah, the drone is 300 for 1250. It's just another drone, and the drone just isn't good. If this unit is to be used, it either needs a big DPS increase or a massive cost decrease. It's just not great. And this is the gold version, so the normal version is even worse. Then we have the chili pepper. It's hard to kind of like gauge the strength of this because it's a trap unit. Usually I put trap units and support units at the end of a tier list, but I'll put it up there for now. It's got a slow, it's good range. I don't really think that I would ever use trap units unless it was like trying to go for high-end endless kind of leaderboards. A common one is the Raffaella. But yeah. Now that I've looked at this, for some reason I have the gold gnome blitz below the normal one, which has to be a typo or just a misclick. So yeah. So obviously, yeah, next we have the normal gnome blitz, which is definitely not worse than the gold one. They're both just horrendous. I wouldn't really consider using any. After that, we have the Galactic Shroom, which has 667 DPS for 20 range and cost 1000. I actually think this unit is pretty good. Like even the normal version, I think it's a very good unit. It's kind of why it's at like the higher end of B. I think it has some good uses. And yeah, that's all really. I've used it. I think it does good DPS. So if you can get it from the summer event, then I definitely would, especially if you're a newer player. Is it free? Yeah, it's free. So it's the second version, or it's the second part of that. So it's definitely worth getting. And then we have the plasma spore. So again, this one, like the others, I've kind of just had to base it off DPS and range alone. That DPS could be wrong, but I have to make an educated guess based on the rest of my tier list. These quest units will be updated next week when we have more information and when I have them myself. Then after that, we have the gold chili pepper, which is just the same as the normal one, but it's got 600 range increase. Nothing crazy. Then we have the Gold Galactic Shroom, which has a very big damage increase compared to the normal one. The normal one is 667, this is 867. It's got a 3 range increase as well. So I think this is a very good unit to use. Hence why it's at the top of B. And other than that, no more changes in that tier. At the bottom of A tier, we have the rolling log. I put it here, again, we don't know yet. Or I guess we do, because a lot of people have it, but the rolling log to me is it's just like a second lawnmower, which is good. It can do as much as the lawnmower if you level it up, but I think it's just a good unit in general. It will have its uses 100% in the game, but the lawnmower is better. So I put it at the bottom of A for now. It might move to like the bottom of B, but I think it's fine where it is at the moment. It's not as good as the lawnmower, but it's pretty good. And then I don't think I need to talk about the double sunflowers and stuff that are on the tier list, so I'll only talk about the gold version. So in A we have the gold double sunflower and the gold ecosonic. So this is the golden sunflower. I think the sunflower is probably one of the better units from the summer past. The golden ecosonic is also pretty good, so these have got quite high damage and quite high range, so I think these are good units, that's why they're in A. But neither of them are good enough to kind of like top the corn in my opinion, so that's why they're staying below this. Stats wise they can't top corn. If we move further up, we have the Volt Shade. I will quickly talk about the Raffaella buff, or nerf, sorry. This got nerfed. It's really not as bad as people are thinking. It's a 250 damage nerf, like early game, and then a 500 damage nerf that later on. It's really not that big of a deal. And same with like the Earth Dragon. People are acting like that world is ending. Yes, it is expensive to place now, but it's still the best unit in the game, and that is without that contention. It is by far the best unit in the game, and that's why it needs a high cost to place down. You can't put down the best unit in the game for 4,000 credits at the start. It's just way too strong. But yeah, a bit off topic. At the top of A we have the Volt Shade. It's funny enough that Lulu Fairy let me know that I didn't even show this unit. I completely ignored it, but it's in the shame tree because it was really bad. But it's gotten a buff, so it's moved its way up to the top of A, which is pretty good. Not a bad unit at all. Then we also have the Elemental Flowers. I've seen people love these, I've seen people hate these. Stats wise it looks really good. Obviously with the freezers, I think it does poison as well, and it does burn, and a lot of burn damage, so, and it's got great range, so it looks really good. I think we need more time to see where it is, but damage wise it's decent, you know. I think it's within like the top 20 damage DPS chart, so it's definitely useful. Then we move up to S. I've moved Clover at the bottom again, not because it's bad, just because support items, trap items, I like to keep at the bottom because it's hard to compare them to actual DPS characters. So the top of S changes. We've got the Earth Dragon. Self-explanatory, it's the best unit in the game DPS wise. It has no range limit. It got a nerf in cost, but that means nothing at the end of the day. It's still insanely good. The Dual Blaster Bud isn't the second in DPS altogether with max placement, but you only need to place 2 of them for 10,000 DPS, and I think that's a lot more valuable than placing 5 carrots for like 11,000 DPS. So that's how I've tested this, but yeah, we've got the Blossom Barrage third. Again, you place 3 for high damage. The Beehive is the same. It's so high because it's got very high damage and it's got no range limit. which just makes it insanely strong. Hell Root, again, insane damage. You can place 3 of them. And then we have the Shade Stool, the Ooga Booga, which is a new unit. I love the Ooga Booga. I think it's a funny unit. I think it's a cool unit. It's got some slows. Not as strong as like the Ice Buds or anything, but it's got really good AoE, really good damage. So definitely worth using or getting. Then we have the Venus, the Seed Mech Carrot, Big Mushroom. The Golden Bud Strike is also a pretty good unit. It's actually in, I think it's top 10 DPS. So, like obviously, it's the best unit that came from the summer event, which I don't think anybody's surprised on. It's got decent AoE and good damage. And then, yeah, I mean, you can see the rest of S. You could argue that, you know, you could put the Blossom Barrage further down and all this, which I can agree. The only reason I placed them at the top is because I value... I'd rather have 2 units that do 10,000 damage than I have 3 that does 11. Because I could place 2 Blossom Barrages for 10,000 and then place something else which is more than 1,000, if that makes sense. So that's how I've based the top of the tier list off. Yeah. But I think, other than that, that should be everything. If I've missed any units, feel free to let me know. But that should be everything. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.